Okay, in this exercise I'm going to show you how to display your project. This is in project 2019. When you have a project like this, it's pretty small. You can just kind of display the whole thing to your stakeholders, maybe focusing on this section right here of it through a screenshot. But most projects are going to be a lot longer than this, and it can be mind-numbing to see just 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 tasks just all in one blast. So you need ways of making this digestible to people. So I'm going to show you a few ways that you can do this. Number one, you can go to View at the top here, go to Gantt Chart, go down to More Views, and then go to Calendar. Click Apply. And what you can do is you can print out in a calendar when things are supposed to happen so that people know when things are occurring. And that's the way that I think people that aren't familiar with project management could digest it fairly easily. Another approach, and again I'm going to get back to home base, view, table, no, I got to go to Gantt Chart, sorry. There. Get back to home base at Gantt Chart. What I want to do now is I want to show you how to outline your project. You can see that we've got level 1, which is the project summary task, level 2, which is the machine 1, machine 2, and test in line level, and then level 3 is all of these individual tasks and the milestones. What you can do is you can go to outline, and then you can go to level 2. You see how I've collapsed this all up to the level 2 level. So that's another way of just making it digestible. And what you could do is display it at this level, and then perhaps maybe expand by clicking on machine 1 just those items and explaining those to people, or maybe just pulling out select sections which are perhaps the most complicated or the longest one, for example. So that's another way of showing your project. Now I might want to, now I'm at the level 2 level, if I want to get back to level 3 I just click on, I will go to View, Outline, Level 3, and there you go. You've got level 3 right back to where you were. Another way is by using filters. If you go here where it says filter, I can go down to milestones, and I can show the dates that all particular accomplishments will occur. So that's another way. To remove that filter, just go down arrow and go on no filter, and that'll put it back the way it was originally. And then another way is to show just the critical tasks by filtering. So I click on no filter and I go down to critical, and that can just show the critical path. So most projects, every project will have its own personality as to how you will display it, but these are ways of aggregating your view so that people can see it at a high level and understand it. A final way I'm going to show you is how to show it in a detailed schedule. You can go View, Table, excuse me, and then Schedule. Now what this does, after I expand all these, it shows you the earliest you can start each task and the latest you can start and finish each task as well, along with the slack associated. Now I want to remove this critical path filter so that you can see all of them here. Okay, so as you can see, this is a detailed schedule that I could show people. I personally don't like to show late finishes and late starts because people tend to use them, and I prefer to have that slack for me as a project leader. But nonetheless, this does show you a detailed schedule. You'll notice here that you've got two columns, free slack and total slack. In free slack, that refers to how much you can delay a task before it delays the next task. So you can see you can't delay overhauling machine 1 at all without delaying test machine 1. But total slack refers to how much you can delay an activity before you delay the entire project. And you can see because of this 4 days of slack in here, you can delay either overhaul machine 1 or test machine 1 4 days and still not impact the project's finish date. You'll notice though, however, that all of the critical tasks, overhaul machine 2, test machine 2, and test in line, have 0 total slack, and that's why they're critical, because if they're late, the whole project is late. So that's another way of displaying the project, which I don't like to do, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. And now I'm going to go back to View, Table, Entry. Another way you could display the project is you could just take a screenshot and go New, and maybe give this. And then everyone can see the work breakdown structure, the durations, the project duration, which is 12 days, the start and finish dates for each activity, and these are the earliest they can start and finish, and that's what you'd probably want to hold them to. So those are all the different ways that you can display a project in Microsoft Project 2019.